Well, chances are, if you have an iPad, you know what Flipboard is. It's an app that pulls in articles, photos, and video from online publications and social networks like Facebook and Twitter. Flipboard has become so popular since it launched that servers were overwhelmed the very first day it became available. Joining us now is the chairman of that company. He's also the CEO of Flipboard, Mike McCue. He joins us this morning from Stanford University. So, Mike, I guess it's a good problem to have. Is Flipboard now up and functioning and allowing new users as well?
Yes, we are, Margaret. We're functioning now, and actually always were functioning. We just had to create a line for people to get in. People have had a fantastic experience once they did get in, and now we're letting everyone in, and people are really happy with the product.
So explain the concept of Flipboard here. We summarized it, but tell me how you see this application and how you want users to interact with it.
Yeah, Flipboard's a social magazine, and what it allows you to do is flip through all the things that people are sharing with you across Facebook and across Twitter in a way that resembles a magazine. You just kind of sit back and flip through page after page of photos and articles and status updates and videos that your friends are sharing with you. And the format for it is really quite unique because it looks just like a beautifully laid out magazine. And this is in contrast to how people are used to using Facebook and Twitter today, which are these long streams with lots of links in them, and it can get a little arcane. It's good for power users, but for folks like my mom, it's a little overwhelming at times. So we wanted to create an experience that was more like a magazine.
More like a magazine. You created this with a former Apple engineer, someone familiar with the iPhone in particular, but certainly the iPad as well. Are you going to make this available to other different, perhaps, networks, or make it available on RIM's products?
Well, you know, in the long run, I'm sure that we will support a variety of platforms. Right now, we're really excited about the iPad because it really is the perfect form factor for this type of a product. It really is almost like holding the future in your hands. It's sort of a digital, magazine when you're flipping through it, and the iPad's perfect platform for that.
Now, explain to me that when you're talking about a digital magazine, the value in having a magazine, an analyst, an editor, someone at the top is curation and curating the content there. How does that process happen for the user?
That's a great question. You know, there's still an incredibly important role for editors to play in curating content, and that's something that will continue to happen. What's also happened is, on top of that, you're finding that in social networks, people that you trust, people, business leaders that you might be inspired by, or colleagues, or friends of yours, or people that you think are experts in certain areas, they start to cull through all of the information that's getting published and actually call out and highlight and share certain types of information that they think are interesting. Then you can find that and discover that. So it's another way of discovering information and content that's almost a layer on top of the traditional editorial process that happens today. Now,
when you launched, you had a lot of attention. You also had some substantial backing here. Kleiner Perkins, Jack Dorsey, one of the founders of Twitter, also a financial backer of yours, Index Ventures. Why did you raise so much capital right at the get-go? Do you intend to hold on to the company for quite a while?
Well, certainly. I mean, I'm the kind of entrepreneur that focuses on the long term. I've only started, 3 companies, and each one of those companies took about, anywhere between 5 and 10 years to build, and I'm sure that it will be, similar with this one. So we're in it for the long haul. We do think this is an expansive opportunity that's going to, evolve and develop over multiple years.
Well, you sold the last one, though. Tell me, you did sell it 10 years later. Is this something you're going to want to hold on to? Would you consider selling Flipboard in the future? Is that a goal?
No, I mean, we never go into, I never go into a startup thinking, oh, I'm going to ultimately sell it. The goal is to build an independent company that is going to be able to thrive on its own. Now, along the way, when you do that, interestingly enough, lots of companies do come to you and talk to you about buying the company, and sometimes it makes sense to do that.
Well, we'll like to follow how you develop the company. Thanks so much, Flipboard CEO, joining us this morning.